Hi children, how are you? I hope you are all fine. Be home and be safe. Okay. Today I am here to discuss the next lesson of ninth standard text. So before going to start the lesson, I will ask some questions about your favorite fit. I know that you all want to play. Would you like to play? Yes. So, which is your favorite game? There are so many games: kabaddi, kho, volleyball, football, cricket. Like that, so many games are there. So if I ask you which is your favorite game, means my boys may say their favorite game may be cricket. Girls also. So who is your favorite cricketer? If I ask like this, you may say that Sachin Tendulkar, Kapil Dev, Virat Kohli, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Like there are so many cricketers are there. In new generation, we may say that Virat Kohli, maybe the A.B. de Villiers from South Africa is more famous in India than in his own country. Now the IPL is going on. So if I ask in whose captaincy India won the first World Cup in cricket? As definitely India won the first World Cup in cricket in captaincy of great player, great all-rounder Kapil Dev. So my dear students, we have to give more importance, equal importance to the physical education also. So mental education, it is going on in the classroom, that we are teaching lessons and we are learning the lessons and other things. So what about the physical education? There is one word is there, one sentence about physical education. There is a sound body, sound mind in a sound body. So those who are physically strong, they are also mentally strong also. So that's why we have to give more importance or equal importance to the physical education also. That's why our government is appointing physical directors, physical teachers in each and every schools. So Gandhiji also told the importance of physical education. That he told that in his school experience he has mentioned in his own autobiography, which is in that autobiography he told that he was studying in a high school. That time there was a headmaster, Dorabji Elduzi Jimmy. He was a very strict headmaster and he was maintaining very discipline, and he was a very good teacher also. So he made the compulsory for boys, they have to play cricket or football or gymnastic. He has made it compulsory for the boys. But Gandhiji didn't like to play that. But after completion, he come to know the importance of the physical education. So, how we have to get the physical education? By playing games, doing exercises, we can make our body strong. So, here is a lesson about the great cricketer, great all-rounder, the great captain who made India to won the World Cup in 1983. So here, this lesson was written by Kapil Dev himself, and it was an extract taken out from his autobiography straight from the art. So, what is the name of the lesson? My Beginnings. Rose. My. Here, my means whom? Kapil Dev. My Beginnings. Written by whom? Yes, Kapil Dev himself. Kapil Dev. Kapil Dev. And it was an extract taken out from the autobiography of Kapil Dev, which is his autobiography straight from the art. S-T-R-A-I-G-H-T. S-T-R-A-I-G-H-T. Straight from the art. H-E-A-R-T. This was the autobiography of Kapil Dev. What is meant by autobiography? Autobiography means it has been written by himself. The person who has written his own life story. It is called as autobiography. Here the Kapil Dev himself has written his whole story, and he gave the name to that book, Straight from the Art. Straight from the Art. Okay, students, let's move on to the lesson. I will read the lesson. Just you follow my reading and observe the pronunciation. And there are some difficult words are there, and you have to underline the difficult words, and I will write the meanings of the difficulties on the blackboard. You have to take down. Okay, let's start. Okay. My Beginnings by Kapil Dev. Looking back at my life, I have come to the conclusion that our beginnings never know our ends. For me, it all started in Chandigarh, a small town nestling in the foothills of the Himalayas. I was born on a cold winter morning. My mother, who is a simple woman, could not read the time, but she knew it was early in the morning. The date 6th January 1959 was thankfully recorded because a cousin of mine was born on the same day, around the same time and with the same name. I grew up among 6 other brothers and sisters, all older than me except one sister who was a year younger. My mother always regales me with the tales of my naughty behaviors. She claims she never managed to control me. But I do admit that right from the very beginning I found it or to sit still. I was very curious and it was my ambition to travel around the world and drive a Mercedes Benz. God has been kind to me and both my wishes have been fulfilled. But at that time, 25 years ago, these dreams seemed like castles in the air. I spent my childhood like all the other children around me, trying to bunk school and save up enough money to go to a new movie or have a plate of chicken chow mein with my friends. If we were very broke or bored, we would amuse ourselves by breaking the fruit of our neighbor's tree. I remember one particular lady who lived down the road from us, who had a beautiful garden which she took great pride in. In it, she had papaya and pomegranate trees. I now sympathize with her, but in those days, most of our time was spent planning how to get into our garden and pick the fruit of the trees. In fact, one day we had climbed over the wall and were perched on the tree when the lady walked out with some guests. She was entertaining them for tea right under the papaya tree. There were two of us on the tree and two others on the road on the other side of the wall. The two fortunate ones who had been outside ran away, but my friend and I had to sit still for nearly 2 hours till the tea party ended. That was the day I discovered the rash that papaya sap can cause. I had a hard time explaining it to my mother, but I got even the next day when our neighbor went to Delhi for a couple of days. She had 92 pomegranates on the tree in her garden. She counted them every day because she knew we were up to mischief. As soon as our back was turned, we took down all 92, ate whatever we could and distributed the rest. I remember the walloping I got from my mother when she was told about it on the neighbor's return. Now, that very lady with great pride and affection tells everyone who cares to listen how I had taken 92 pomegranates from the garden and left the seeds behind. So let's stop there. I will explain the from first paragraph. Okay. Looking back at my life. So here Kapil Dev is himself narrating his own story. Kapil Dev himself is narrating. He is explaining his story. Looking back at my life, if he looks his life back, it means to say that how he has grown up. I have come to the conclusion that our beginnings never know our ends. Exactly. Nobody knows in his childhood that what he was going to become in the future. That's what he is telling, that our beginnings never know our ends. We all don't know. We didn't know that what we were going to become in future, and when what we are going to, when will be our ends come? So these are not, we can't predict those things. So that's why Kapil Dev himself is telling that he also don't know his future in his childhood days. He don't know, he never thought that he will become a great cricketer. He will won the World Cup for India, first World Cup for India. He don't know that. So that's what he is telling in the first line. For me, it all started in Chandigarh. So, where was Kapil Dev born? In Chandigarh. Chandigarh. So, where was Kapil Dev born? Kapil Dev born on Chandigarh, a small town nestling in the foothills of the Himalayas. Observe the word foothills. It has been given in the glossary. Nestle, N-E-S-T-L-E. N-E-S-T-L-E. Nestle means to be surrounded by, to be surrounded by something especially hills or countryside. So, the place in which Kapil Dev born was surrounded by the hills. By the hills. In the foothills of the Himalayas. So, Kapil Dev ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ವತಗಳಿಂದ ಸುತ್ತುವರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹಿಮಾಲಯದ ಪಾದಬೆಟ್ಟಗಳಿಂದ ಸುತ್ತುವರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಒಂದು ನಗರ, ಅದು ಚಂಡೀಗಢ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಜನಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಕಪಿಲ್ ದೇವ್ ವಾಸ್ born in Chandigarh, a small town which was surrounded by the foothills of Himalayas. Foothills of Himalayas. I was born on a cold winter morning. So, he was born in the season of winter. My mother, who is a simple woman, could not read the time, but she knew it was early in the morning. So, in those days, there was maybe there was no clock in every houses. So that, and the mother of Kapil Dev, she was a simple woman. She was not educated, maybe. That's why he is telling her like this. She was a simple woman, and she don't know about the timings, but she knew it was early in the morning. So, when Kapil Dev was born, it was a time of early in the morning. His mother was a simple woman. She could not read the time. So, that's why just he told that maybe it is in the early in the morning. So, Kapil Dev ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಚಳಿಗಾಲದ ಮುಂಜಾನೆ ಕಪಿಲ್ ದೇವ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಜನನ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಚಂಡೀಗಢದಲ್ಲಿ. Could not read the time, but she knew it was early in the morning. The date 6th January 1959 was thankfully recorded because a cousin of mine was born on the same day. So, time was was not recorded. The birth time of the Kapil Dev was not recorded, but his mother knows that it is early in the morning. But the date has been recorded. Date and year has been recorded. Fortunately, the date 6th January 1959. So when was Kapil Dev born? Kapil Dev was born on 6th January 1959. 6th January 1959. So Kapil Dev was born on 6th January 1959. Was thankfully recorded. His date of birth has been recorded. How it has happened? Here is a interesting story. Thankfully recorded because a cousin of mine was born on the same day. So Kapil Dev, the cousin of Kapil Dev, has been born in the same day. So that boy's date of birth as recorded. So in the same day Kapil Dev also born, so his date of birth also recorded. Surround same day, around the same time. So both are born in the same day and in the same time and with the same name. That's what he is studying. But it means to say both are boys. Like that. I grew up among 6 other brothers and sisters. So Kapil Dev is having 6 brothers and sisters. He is having 6 brothers and 6 sisters. And he is telling that all older than me except one sister who was a year younger. So all are, maybe 6 brothers and 5 sisters are elder than him. They were the elders. He is the younger to them. And one sister is younger than a year to him. A year younger. So Kapil Dev is having 6 sisters and 6 brothers. In that, both 6 brothers are elder than him and 5 sisters are elder than him. Only one sister is younger than him. A year younger than him. The Kapil Dev ಅವರಿಗೆ 6 ಜನ ಅಣ್ಣಂದಿರು, 5 ಜನ ಅಕ್ಕಂದಿರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಬ್ಬಳು 1 ವರ್ಷ, ಅವನಿಗಿಂತ 1 ವರ್ಷ ಚಿಕ್ಕವಳಾದಂತ ತಂಗಿ ಇದ್ರು. Maybe it is a big family. In those days, there are nearly 15, 20 children were there in some family. So like that, that environment was like that in that time. So my mother always regales me. Observe the word regales. R-E-G-A-L-E-S. R-E-G-A-L-E-S. Regales means, it has been given in the glossary, to entertain, to entertain, to entertain someone, to entertain someone by telling them about something. So regales means ರೀತಿ ಹಾಸ್ಯ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Regales, to entertain someone by telling something. To make someone happy by telling something. Cause regales ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ತಮಾಷೆ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಸಂತೋಷ ಪಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. My mother always So his mother, Kapil Dev's mother, regales him with tales of my naughty behaviors. So Kapil Dev was a very naughty boy in his childhood. So after that, his mother regales him by telling his naughty behaviors which he has done in his childhood. Naughty means behaving badly. N-A-U-G-H-T-Y. I want to rub this. Naughty. N-A-U-G-H-T-Y. N-A-U-G-H-T-Y. Naughty means behaving badly. Behaving badly. Behaving badly. It means to say that this is the nature of the children. Some children, they were very naughty. Parents can't control them. That much naughty behavior some children may have. Maybe. So like that only, Kapil Dev also, he was very naughty in his childhood. My mother always regales me with tales of my naughty behaviors. She claims she never managed to control me. So, his mother complaining to Kapil Dev that you are very naughty in childhood. I can't control you. That much of trouble you have given me. So I struggle a lot to control you. Like that, some claims that she is making. She claims she never managed to control me. So he always look over the Kapil Dev because he was very naughty. So she struggled a lot, but I do admit that right from the very beginning, I found it hard to sit still. Kapil Dev himself also he approved or he agreed that he was very naughty because he can't sit still. He can't what is the thing? To admit that right from the very beginning I found it hard to sit still. So it is very hard for him to sit. He wanted to do work or he wanted to do something. I was very curious. So Kapil Dev is telling that he was very curious. Curious means kutuhala. Curious, and it was my ambition to travel around the world and drive a Mercedes Benz. So every human being should have an ambition. Then only we can come up in life. We can achieve something. Without any ambition, we can't achieve anything. So, what was Kapil Dev's ambition? Kapil Dev's ambition was to travel around the world. So, he wanted to travel around the world. He wanted to visit the different places in this world, different countries of the world. It was his ambition. And the second ambition was he wanted to drive a Mercedes Benz car. In that moment, the Mercedes Benz means now also it is a very costly car, and those who having this car means they were very rich. So he wanted to drive the Mercedes Benz car. God has been kind to me, and both my wishes have been fulfilled. So God was very kind towards the Kapil Dev. because God has fulfilled his both wishes. In the other way, he has worked a lot. He worked hard for this to reach his ambitions. So that he was a very fortunate person. He was a very lucky person that both of his wishes have been fulfilled by the God. But at that time, so when he was dreaming that, he wanted to travel around the world and drive Mercedes Benz, in that time it was not possible. It was not impossible, but he has to work hard to fulfill that. So that's why here has been kind. In that time, 25 years ago. 25 years ago, these dreams are costless. There is no hope of fulfilling these dreams. These dreams seemed like castle in the air. Observe the word castle in the air. Students, I will write the meanings of the difficult words and you have to take down and you have to go through the dictionary and get the Kannada meanings for that also. Castles in the air. CSTLES CASTLES castles in the air. It means to say that it was given in the glossary, plans or hopes, PLANS, plans or hopes that you have or that you have or unluckily ever to become real, ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಹಗಲುಗನಸು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಡೇ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಡೇ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ means to say we are dreaming that but it will not become real. These called as castle in the air. But before 25 years ago, Kapil Dev felt that it was a castle of air because in that moment it was not possible. He thought like that, but because of the blessings of God only and because of his hard work, he has his both ambitions have been fulfilled. ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಬಾಲ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವನ್ನು ಸುತ್ತಬೇಕು, ಮರ್ಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾರನ್ನು ನಾನು ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ಆ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಕನಸುಗಳು ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಗಾಳಿ ಗೋಪುರದಂತೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಗಾಳಿ ಗೋಪುರ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದಾ? ಅಂದರೆ ಹಗಲುಗನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದು ಈಡೇರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ದೇವರ ಒಂದು ಕರುಣೆಯಿಂದ, ಅನುಗ್ರಹದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ಶ್ರಮದಿಂದ ಆ ಎರಡು ಕನಸುಗಳು ಏನಾದವು, ಈಡೇರಿದವು. Let's move on to third paragraph. I spent my childhood like all the other children around me, trying to bunk school and save up enough money to go to a new movie or have a plate of chicken chow mein with my friends. So his childhood is now telling us about his childhood, how he has enjoyed his childhood. He is telling that I spent my childhood like all other children around me. So Like other children, he also makes some mischiefs in his childhood. What he has done? Trying to bunk school and save up enough money. So, in his childhood days, Kapil Dev was bunk his school. Bunk his school, and it means to say that he was not going to school regularly. Maybe in the middle of the days, he will bunk the school. And what he has done? Save enough money. He is saving some money. For what? To go to a new movie or have a plate of chicken chowmein with my friends. So by saving that money, enough money, he and his friends will go to the movie to see the movie, and or they have to go to eat a plate of chicken with his friends. So what were the naughty behaviors of Kapil Dev is to say that Kapil Dev and his friends were bunk the school, and they have to save enough money, and they have to go to see a new movie, and they have to go to eat chicken chowmein with his friends. ಕಪಿಲ್ ದೇವ್ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಇತರ ಒಂದು ಮಕ್ಕಳಂತೆ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂದರೆ, ಬಾಲ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ತಪ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಹಣವನ್ನು ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಚಿಕನ್ ಚೌಮೀನ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಿನ್ನಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. If we were very broke or bored, if we felt that they were more bored means we would amuse ourselves by breaking the fruit of our neighbor's tree. So the second mischievous behavior of Kapil Dev is, if they felt more bored, what they have done? They will go to the neighbor's garden and they fruit off and they will eat that. So Kapil Dev and his friends, they were very mischievous, and they go to the neighbor's garden and pluck the fruits from the tree and eat it. I remember one particular lady who lived down the road from us. So now he is giving one incident. He is explaining one incident that what has happened in his life. So there was a particular lady who lived down the road. So there was a lady who was living down the road from his house, who had a beautiful garden which she took great pride in. So there was a lady, Oba Mahile idru. She was living down the road from Kapil Dev's house, and she had a beautiful garden in front of her house. In front of her house, she had a beautiful garden, and she was very much pride about that. So Kapil Dev ಅವರ ಮನೆಯ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಇದ್ರು. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತಹ ತೋಟ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆ ಮಹಿಳೆಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಇತ್ತು. In it she had papaya, pomegranate trees. So in that particular garden, she had grown a papaya tree and the pomegranate, pomegranate ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಾಳಿಂಬೆ ಹಣ್ಣು trees. I now sympathize with her. Now Kapil Dev expressing his sympathy on her. He is sympathizing. Now sympathizing her. But in those days, most of our time was spent planning how to get into our garden and pick the fruit of the trees. So what planning Kapil Dev and his friends made? So there was a beautiful garden in neighbor's house, in front of neighbor's house. The Kapil Dev and his friends always planning to go to that garden and pick the fruits from the tree. ಕಪಿಲ್ ದೇವ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಸದಾ ಏನು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಒಂದು ಮಹಿಳೆಯ ತೋಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣ್ಣುಗಳನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. In fact, one day we had climbed over the wall and were perched on the tree when the lady walked out with some guests. So one day, Kapil and his friend has been struck, has been caught. One day they climbed the wall, and from that they perched the trees of papaya tree. So in the same time, the lady came out from her house with some guests. So some guests have been came to that lady. So she wanted to show her garden to them. So with the guest, she came out from the house, and these fellows are on the top of the tree. She entertained them for tea right under the papaya tree. So those guests and with that lady, they were sat in the same tree, under the same tree, and they were drinking coffee. They were enjoying coffee there. There were two of us on the tree and two others on the road on the other side of the wall. So there was a wall, and the Kapil and his three friends were there. So totally 4 members are there. Both Kapil and one of his friend were on the top of the tree, and other two were waiting beside the wall. So now they were on the tree, and the lady, she was under the tree with some guests. So let us imagine how their condition was. The two fortunate ones who had been outside ran away. So those who were there beside the wall in the road, they were ran away when the lady came out. But these fellows are on the top of the tree. So, but my friend and I had to sit still nearly 2 hours till the tea party ended. So the Kapil Dev and his friend, they were on the top of the tree, and they have to be there till 2 hours. Nearly 2 hours they were there, because under the tree the lady was they were enjoying the tea party with the guests. So that time ended. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಪಿಲ್ ದೇವ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ ಇಬ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಪಪ್ಪಾಯ ಮರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹತ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನಿಬ್ಬರು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆ ಗೋಡೆಯ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಾಲ್ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಗ ಆ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಅದೇ ಮರದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಟೀ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸುಮಾರು 2 ಗಂಟೆಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಕಪಿಲ್ ದೇವ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಳಗಿದ್ದಂತ ಇಬ್ರು ಓಡೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ that was the day I discovered the rash that papaya sap can cause. So that time, so papaya is not that it was not rashes will be happen to our skin. So that's what happened. He discovered in that time. I had a hard time explaining it to my mother. So what had happened in that day, that he explained to his mother also. To his mother he explained that what had happened. But I got even the next day when our neighbors went to Delhi for a couple of days. So that day the chance was missed. The chance was missed. But at the next day, the neighbors, the lady who was having a beautiful garden, they went to Delhi for a couple of days. ಮರುದಿನ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ದೆಹಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನಗಳ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ. Delhi for a couple of days. She had 92 pomegranates on the tree in her garden. So, how many pomegranates were there in that garden? Yes, nearly 92 pomegranates were there. Every day that lady was counting that, because she knows that these fellows are very naughty, very mischief. So that's why every day she was counting that 92 pomegranates were there in that garden. She counted them every day because she knew we were up to mischief. So everybody on that street may know that these boys are very naughty. These boys are very mischief. That's why that lady was counting that pomegranates every day. As soon as her back was turned, Mr. says, as soon as they went away from the house, they went to Delhi. We took down all the 92. So, when the lady went away from the house, within a few minutes, the couple and his friends came there and they took all 92 pomegranates. ಆ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇವರು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಬಂದು ಆ 92 ಪೊಮೆಗ್ರನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇವರು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. mischief to hate knew we were to mischief. As soon as her back was turned, we took all 92, ate whatever we could and distributed the rest. And in that they ate in 92 pound, how much they can eat they ate, and left they distributed to others. I remember the walloping I got from my mother when she was told about it on the night street. So after returning from Delhi, the lady complained that to Kapil's mother, and Kapil's mother beat him with her hands. Now that very lady with great pride and affection tells everyone who cares to listen how I had taken 92 pomegranates from our garden and left the seeds behind. Now that lady proudly telling that Kapil Dev has took from 92 pomegranates from my garden and he ate him all the things. All those things there now she is telling with proud. Right? Let's stop here. In the next class we have to go continue the lesson. Okay, I hope you have all enjoyed the life of Kapil Dev. Okay, thank you very much.